Hello, my leaders. Welcome to May Week number 2. This week we are talking about the Holy Spirit and how the Holy Spirit came like little fire things upon the heads of the people that were at Pentecost. And so this week, as we study that, we're going to be really looking into the role of the Holy Spirit and what it's like, right? So he comes as like a wind, but he's here to help us and guide us. And that's the focus that we want to really focus on there is like, let's look at the practical side of it, of how the Holy Spirit helps us in every situation. Why? Because God can always be with us if we invite him into our hearts. And so let's dive into this. This first one, basically what you're doing is you're trying to get a timing right. Okay, so what they're doing is they're waiting for the Holy Spirit to come in this instance. And so what they're doing is basically you're gonna say like, okay, go ahead and sit down, everyone sit down, and then in 5 seconds, after I say go, stand up. And then you're gonna be like looking at your watch or your phone or whatever timer you have kind of thing. And whoever stands up closest to that 5-second mark will win that round, okay? So keep increasing the time to where they're really having a rhythm of what each second is, and then, you know, seeing how far they can go through that or whatever. But all of it is about waiting for that one, right? So like they have this weird awkward time between when Jesus left and went up to heaven, and then when the Holy Spirit actually came. And so that's what you're focusing on there. Our bottom line today is God sent the Holy Spirit to help us. And so it's a pretty simple bottom line as we dive into that. But basically it is about using the Holy Spirit in our lives and like letting him transform us into something new. Okay. This next one, you have some like construction paper, and what you're doing with this is you're having that, and you're having some pom-poms, and then you're trying to get the two teams to race the pom-poms from one side of the room to the other using only that piece of paper, almost like a straw. Okay, so again, it's like the breath and the wind of God that we're trying to focus on here, and so they're going to try to race to get that to the other side of the room faster than the other team will. Okay. This next one, you have some story cards, and you have a little cheat sheet in case you get a little bit stuck on what to do for these. But basically what they're doing is they're doing charades. And so with these charades, each child will get one of these cards, but not show it to anyone else, not tell anyone else what it is. And then they're supposed to act out what that is without making any sounds or, anything like that. So, or using words basically. And so if you get a little bit stuck, you have a cheat sheet that you can look at that has each card and the description and then what they can kind of do to help. But they should be creative enough to figure it out on their own. But you're looking at cards like a sound came from heaven, like a strong blowing wind, or Jesus died on the cross and rose again. Like they should be things that they can easily act out for the other children. And again, discussion questions are one of the most important things you do. And so please, even if you don't do any of those, go through the discussion questions. If they're ready to just dive straight into the discussion, go for it. Like, I love that. Okay. Next one, you have a painting activity, and basically it's just a coloring sheet for them as you talk about how the Holy Spirit came in fire. Have them start to like draw fire on the top of the heads of the people, but obviously not like burning up their hair kind of fire. Like, you know, there's a difference. And so have them do that. Then you have the secret decoder activity page for your memory verse activity. And the secret decoder page is pretty cool, but basically what they're doing is they're decoding the whole memory verse within, they're decoding the memory verse basically to make it actually make sense. And so that'll be really fun for them as they work on that. And then your prayer and dismissal, basically just go ahead and go into that chat with God, the CHAT. So we had C, which stands for confess, and that was from last week. And then today we have H for honor. And so we're going to be honoring God with our words as we kind of dive into this CHAT, or chatting with God in prayer. And again, this is just a model that they can use to make prayer simple and effective, and something that they can easily do as they are understanding what it means to connect with God, right? And so stress the importance of talking with God on a daily basis, asking him for advice to guide their life, asking them, praying for other people and stuff like that too. That's a really big part of prayer. And so as we do that, that is going to be really good as we go through honor for today. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. Y'all are amazing, and we'll see you in a little bit.